Hello my dear students. How are you? I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to our new video lesson. Unit number 4, lesson number 3. Economics of the Middle East. Before starting our today's lesson, kindly pay your attention to important instructions from the teacher. Instruction number 1, after watching the video lesson, read whole the lesson very carefully up to you understand everything. Instruction number 2, wherever you see the symbol in this video lesson, don't forget to highlight the sentences from your books, check for which book and page number, to which it point towards. Remember all the keywords and their meaning. Instruction number 3, don't forget to make the classwork and homework from your activity book, at the end of each lesson. Are you ready? Very good. My dear students, before going, I need you to bring out your student book, activity book, and highlighter pen. Very good. I am so happy to see that you are well organized to learn today's lesson. All right. Our today's lesson is lesson 4.3. Economics of the Middle East. Again. Economics of the Middle East. Dear students, repeat with me. Economics of the Middle East. Very good. Now let's open our student book page number 118. Are you ready? Good. We have the following benchmarks for our today's lesson. In this lesson you are going to learn. Explain the economic patterns of various early peoples. Learn more about the economy and factors that affect it. Learn about supply and demand. Study how people earn a living. Again. In this lesson you are going to learn. Explain the economic patterns of various early peoples. Learn more about the economy and factors that affect it. Learn about supply and demand. Study how people earn a living. Good. What is economics? Economics teaches us about the way people make, offer and use goods and services for money. Study economics is an important part of social studies. Everyday people buy and sell different commodities. Think about the clothes you wear. To make clothing, we need many different resources: time, human work, and items like cloth, buttons and thread. These items are all made from different raw materials. A person has to use their time and skill to sew the clothing. This is called labor. Ibn Khaldun wrote that labor adds value to a commodity. Ibn Khaldun is known as the father of social sciences in the Arab world. He lived during the 14th century. Dear students, don't forget to highlight important sentences. Let's take a look at the key words on this page. Commodity. It means a product that can be bought or sold. Examples: a scarf, a loaf of bread, or a car. Labor. It means the work required to provide goods or services. Value. Value means what something is worth. Technically it is cost of raw materials plus cost of labor plus any other production costs. Good. Let's move to the next page. Dear students, let's consider a commodity such as silk garment. Have you ever thought that what will be the items to make such a silk garment? Very good. The items required to produce such a silk garment will be raw materials, fabric, scissors, needles, cotton, thread, buttons, metal, labor, sewing machine. Good. Ibn Khaldun identified the principle of supply and demand. All right, my dear students. Kindly turn your focus to the cartoons and captions on your student book page 119. Khalid is businessman. He has bakery shop. Let's listen to his talks during different market circumstances. If I get 10 customers, each person will get 1 loaf. Bread 5 reals per bag. This is the normal rate for loaves of bread by which I sell in my shop. Supply means how much of a commodity is available. This baker has a supply of 10 loaves. One day, there was so many customers came to his shop. But he had not enough bags of bread. He did not expect so many customers during those days. There was a higher demand for bread. People said, "There aren't enough for all of us. I will give you 8 reals for a bag." Demand means how much of a commodity people want. When demand is greater than supply, prices go up. After few days, the number of customers came to his shop, decreased. But he had prepared so many bags of loaves of bread. On that day a very few number of customers came. He wanted to sell all the loaves. For this he has many reasons. For example, more loaves. But unfortunately the number of customers were very low. So he decided to sell the bread with low price. He reduced the price by half. When supply is greater than demand, alright. Now let's turn to student book page number 120. Dear students, focus carefully when I read this page. Are you ready? Very good. Okay. Trade in the Islamic world. The geographic position of the Arabian Peninsula was very important for the economics of our region. Trade routes between the Indian Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea always pass through the Middle East. During the Middle Ages, Arab and Persian businessmen were important middlemen. Middleman is someone that arranges business between two other people or businesses. Okay, let's continue. The people of our region had contact with people in the west and the east, so they brought products from each side to the other. Let's have understanding on some of the products and skill that people of the Middle East carried between the east and west. Rice from China. Navigational instruments from China. Sugar cane from India. Methods of making silk and paper, China. Far East. My dear students, turn to your student book page number 121 now. Here we're going to learn about entrepreneurs. During the Middle Ages, many entrepreneurs came from the Middle East. An entrepreneur is someone that starts and develop a business. They found new opportunities to trade and make money for themselves, their families and their countries by trading commodities between East and West. Acquiring knowledge from one place and then traveling to take it to a different place. Providing money for state projects. Providing banking services. Here we will discuss about one of the famous entrepreneur family from our region. The Karimi family were famous entrepreneurs who traded all over Asia. They prepared their children for their profession by sending them to other countries to learn about those markets. They had agents and representatives in Africa, Asia, and Europe to import and export products. The Karimi family established large, specialized trading centers all along the main trade routes. The main ones were in the big cities of Egypt and Yemen, as well as in Mecca, Medina, and Jeddah. Alright, dear students, don't forget to highlight important sentences from this page. Now turn to student book page number 122. Focus with me when I read whole the page. Highlight important sentences. Okay. Changes in transport and communication. In ancient times, the caravan was a group of people and animals that would stay together. Staying groups was cheaper and safer for traders traveling long distances with their wares. Here are pictures of Chebek and pack camel. Alright, let's continue. The Chebek was a type of Arabian ship that could travel very fast. It was so useful that it was used in many other countries. In the Middle East, pack camels were more popular than wheeled transport such as ox-drawn wagons and carts. The camel had certain advantages. It ate unusable desert plants, making it cheap to maintain. It did not require wood for saddling. Wood was a rare commodity in the Middle East, which does not have many forests. Nomadic people manage the breeding and care of the camels. In ancient times, it was very difficult to communicate with people far away. You could post a letter or send a message with another person. Many messages got lost, or took a long time to be delivered. There was no telephone, fax, or email, no television, radio, or internet. Let's continue reading through page number 123. Don't forget to highlight important sentences. In 1942, to get from Mecca to Riyadh would have taken several days by truck or camel, traveling across unpaved desert paths. Today you can choose from many faster routes, driving, taking a train or flying. In 1951, the Saudi government built its first paved road. Since then thousands of kilometers of roads have been built. Millions of tons worth of cargo arrive and depart from the ports of Saudi Arabia each year. Computer systems allows authorities to track all the goods entering and leaving the kingdom. High-speed trains also now connect some cities in Saudi Arabia. Modern technology has allowed us to build trains that are very fast and very safe for both people and cargo. Today, millions of people travel all over the world by plane. It takes just a few hours to reach destination that used to take days or weeks to reach by camel, train, or boat. My dear students, let's turn to page numbers 124 and 125. Here we are discussing a very important term in business management, which is division of labor. I am seeking your attention to a restaurant in our region. We know that there are more workers in a restaurant in the kitchen area, also in the front dining area. Let's listen to their conversation. I like only doing the work I enjoy. And I have good qualifications, so I earn good wages. What if a machine gets invented that can do my work? I don't have other skills to help me get a job. I hear that other countries offer cheaper labor. I am worried about my job. If each person had to move from one task to the next, we could waste a lot of time. We can do more faster this way. Sometimes I lose concentration. Once I nearly cut myself. Sometimes customers complain about the food or service. I think it is because workers get bored and don't pay attention. Okay. Let's continue reading. Don't forget to highlight important sentences. Division of labor. The way we make products has changed enormously over the past few centuries. The Industrial Revolution introduced many machines to manufacture of goods fast, and people started working in factories to produce goods. This led to a system called division of labor. Work gets broken down into tasks. Each worker trains in completing a few tasks. This allows businesses to produce goods quickly and cheaply. It also leads to specialization. Each person develops specialized knowledge of their particular skills. Specialization can also refer to organizations or even countries that specialize in particular skills. For example, Saudi Arabia specializes in the production, processing and distribution of oil.